We'll do an update on Odessa and Enerhodar. Enerhodar, Ukraine. These are two cities in Ukraine, and the Russians are occupying like 50 to 100, cities and towns and shit. No telling who and what they're occupying and what the hell is actually going on. So I'm just going to go through each one of these cities and towns one by one to see what the hell's going on. And these weren't too bad, compared to like some of the other things. But there's, they all got hit, so there's some shit that's happening. So let's first Enerhodar. So you got Enerhodar. It's occupied. The Russian troops shot at pro-Ukrainian protesters. So apparently the Russians are there, but the Ukrainians thought that they could go out and protest. Russian troops don't like that shit. They used stun grenades. They violently suppressed it. The deputy mayor was abducted, so they abducted the deputy mayor. Enerhodar houses Europe's largest nuclear atomic energy plant. And Russia has taken that too. So Enerhodar, not only is it a people, town, minerals and shit, it's got a big nuclear plant. And if that nuclear plant blows up, it'll be 10 times worse than Chernobyl. And you've seen how those damn Russians are being reckless and careless when it comes to Chernobyl. They arrested a hacker in Enerhodar. And they said provided Russian troops with mobile phone service on Ukrainian territory and passed along commands from the military. The hackers also accused of bombarding Ukrainian soldiers with text messages urging them to defect and join Russia. So those text messages, that'd be annoying. Hey, why don't you defect and join Russia? I like those emergency texts. I guess that's how they do those emergency texts. But I'm wondering... It's incredible that he was able to provide Russian troops with mobile phone service on Ukrainian territory. Like a mobile hotspot. Some sort of mobile hotspot. So what? Huh? Well, that means they're occupying it. They're, taking over the nuclear plant. Ukraine used to have nukes, but they promised Russia. Talk about broken promises, right? Russia was like, well, promise... Ukraine was like, we'll give up our nukes, but just promise that you'll never invade us, okay, Russia? Russia's like, hey, we're cool, we'll never invade you. Just hurry up and give up the gun. Give up your nukes. Give up your damn nukes. Ha-ha! Dmitry Orlov, the mayor of Enerhodar, civilians are under attack by the occupying. He's said a bunch of stuff. Civilians are being killed. We can't even guess what is going on, he says. When and where the occupiers are driving around the city during the day. They're checking cars. They're smashing windshields if they're tinted. They take away mobile devices. There's already a case of attacks on civilians. Absolute anarchy is happening. It's not anarchy. It's totalitarian fascism. It's authoritarian, fascist, totalitarian. It's absolute totalitarianism is what it is. It's absolute totalitarianism. Well, it's anarchy. No. They're being methodical. They have government permission. They're government troops. They're government issued. If anything, you're just not obeying. They want you to shut the hell up. Do as you're told. The hell's your problem? Anyways, that's Dmitry Orlov. That's the mayor, not the one who was abducted. He was quoted by the UNIAN news agency. So there's Enerhodar. Now, Odessa. What's going on in Odessa? Well, you had April 3rd a week ago. You've had what it looks like to me 2 missile strikes. One a week ago and then one 2 weeks ago. So there were 6 big explosions April 3rd, EFE. Several missiles struck and caused a fire at a refinery on Sunday morning in the Ukrainian city of Odessa with no confirmed casualties as of press time. Odessa. Beautiful, wonderful Odessa. Odessa is like the most Anglican city out of all these complicated ass names. Odessa is just so easy. I mean, look at all these other cities, right? So compared to Zaporozhye, Zhihaya, even Kiev. I'm not even sure if I'm saying Kiev correctly. I don't want to say Kiev. That's what it looks like the other one. So Kiev, right? One syllable. Why do we have a Y and an I there? Why don't we just... spell it Keev. And then Cry Vi Rehai. Mykolaiv. No, they're not pronouncing the Mariupol. That one, Enerhodar, Izyum, Rubizhini, Kramatorsk, Ben Berdyansk, Irpin, Yahidny, Sloviansk, Poltava, Kherson, Simferopol, Makivka. So the city council thinks Putin is using mobile crematoriums in Mariupol. So, yeah, Jesus Christ, you see why the Russians would lie. And then in the very beginning, people were saying, what, thousands of Russians? That doesn't sound right. Yeah, maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. What the fuck would you know? So, but I feel like it's closer to the truth. They're the ones shooting and blowing them up so they would know how many, Russians are being killed. And if they are doing the mobile crematoriums and, no telling how many total bodies, total people have been actually killed. You might make a list of those who are missing or killed. That might be better than just the names of the dead. So those are just some complicated names there, right? Simferopol. Where are you going to go live? Simferopol. I'm going to Simferopol. Odessa was attacked from the air. Anton Hirashchenko, advisor to the interior minister, wrote on his Telegram account, fires were reported in some areas. Some of the missiles were shot by air defense. Odessa, a historic city of around 1 million people. This is Ukraine's largest Black Sea port. Yeah, it's right there at the bottom of Kyiv, right at the Dnieper River. So the Dnieper River, splits Ukraine in half. And then the Dnieper pours into the Black Sea. That's where Odessa is. Catherine the Great, they said, established Odessa. Catherine the Great was born in, I want to say, Poland, and came from a German royal family, not a Russian. And the survey says, not a Russian. Catherine the Great, not a Russian. Swedish Vikings, not Russians. Swedish Vikings are not Russians either. Sevastopol on the Black Sea side of the Crimean Peninsula. Mykolaiv, Kherson, Odessa on the Black Sea. See, these are the major ports. So before 2014, Ukraine had several strategic ports from east to west. They included Mariupol and Berdyansk on the Sea of Azov. Russia's illegal annexation of Crimea in early 2014, a prelude to a Russian attack on eastern Ukraine that same year, took Sevastopol off the map for Kyiv when Russia widened its war on Ukraine. Starting the night of February 23rd, several Ukrainian ports quickly fell under Russian occupation. The night of February 23rd, okay. So I've been saying that this war started February 24th. It started the 23rd, the night of the 23rd. Odessa, however, has largely been spared in the conflict. So we don't have mass, murder, mass crematoriums and shit in Odessa. We got 2 airstrikes. I don't even know if it killed anybody. And they blew up a refinery, and I'm not even sure what, the second airstrikes blew up a refinery, and there was 6 big explosions, but I'm not even for sure what they blew up the first time. And it's not talking, I didn't see anything where they mentioned anybody dying. So Odessa has been largely, they got a couple missile strikes. A couple, of their buildings got attacked by missiles. Russian Navy ships have been spotted close to the Ukrainian territorial waters, raising fears of a possible attack from the sea. So, yeah, Russian naval ships are by Odessa. That's where the battleship Potemkin was. The battleship Potemkin, that was when the goddamn Tsar was trying to feed fucking, Nicholas. Oh, poor Anastasia. Poor Nicholas and the Romanovs. Fucking Nicholas was sitting there trying to feed his troops maggots. And they rebelled. I ain't gonna eat your fucking maggot stew, your maggot soup. Fuck you, you maggot motherfucker. So, that's the battleship Potemkin. There's a mutiny on a Russian battleship, and then they, it was right outside of Odessa. It was a big hoopla, a big cause day celebrate. They were just, sailing around Odessa, hanging out Odessa, and then people were like cheering them on and not cheering them on. They didn't know what they were going to do. They tried to take the city, so it was kind of crazy. But Battleship Potemkin is important to the Russian Revolution and the stirrings for a new Russia. The Russian Revolution has so many fucking problems with. The Russian Revolution has just as many problems as the American Revolution has. But overall, it's a major sweeping change, and the Russian Revolution captured the imagination of the world. Even today, it captures the imagination of the world. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky on today, I guess, said the Russian army is planning a violent assault on the city, calling it a historical crime. Wow, that'd be fucked up. I would say a lot of people haven't heard of Kyiv, but it's like Odessa. I don't know if I've heard of the city Odessa, but don't I have an aunt Odessa? I think, yeah. Vanessa. Oh, Vanessa. Yeah, we need to go protect Vanessa, or Odessa. Earlier last week, he dismissed the civilian governor of Odessa province, Serhiy Nevetsky, and replaced him with Maxim Marchenko, an army colonel. So Zelensky got rid of the governor of Odessa, and he put an army colonel. That's a good idea. He should put army colonels, generals, majors, army men, even just a cadet or whatever, in charge of all the major cities. That's very, very smart. With maybe perhaps the, old governor being like as an advisor, because he would know the ins and outs and how things have been running. So it'd be, if they could work together, that would be what's best for Odessa. You hear me, Odessa? Nevetsky? You Serhiy, you better get along with Maxim Marchenko. You better get along with Maxim Marchenko. You hear me, Serhiy? Nevetsky? You hear me, Serhiy? Nevetsky?